yeah. Hump day. Camel. Hey, you know what day it is? It's hump day. What's up, everybody? I'm Jake Johnson. This is Untethered Live Chill Stream. And we are here to talk about the glitter conspiracy. I solved it. On the ground reporting. I went deep undercover into the world of the big glitter, and I discovered the secrets. It's been a mystery. The whole internet has been a buzz about it. Nobody knows who the top client is. Nobody knows who invented it. Nobody knows where it comes from. Nobody knows what it is. But I figured it out. Ladies and gentlemen, the top client for big glitter is Area 51. Turns out aliens use glitter for chafing. There you go. Now you live with it. Amanda says, hi, Untethered Live family. Good to see you all. Happy hump day, Camel. Hi, Jake. How are you tonight? Camely. Smooth. Turkish. Linda says, happy hump day, Jake and Amanda. Oh, see, you guys think just alike. Amanda says, here's your gold star, Linda, for being first in chat. Nice. And hi, Linda. And John says, hello, all wonderful family. Hello, John. How are you? How are things? How's the H doing? Nice to see you. Amanda says, hi. And Linda says, Amanda, you and I definitely need to get together. I typed my greeting before I read yours. How many Wednesdays does it take to screw in a light bulb? Anyway, Amanda says, LOL, Linda, it's just proof that great minds think alike. Apparently, two. Walter Davis says, hello, good evening, everybody. Hey, Walter. How are you? How's the weather? Amanda says, hi. I'm doing fantastic. I'm drinking a nice hot cup of coffee, fresh off the grill. Just killed it this morning. Tonight's episode is brought to you by this here hot cup of coffee. Don't you want to have a cup of coffee with me and talk about glitter and the world conspiracy and how we're feeding the aliens chafing problems? Anyway, if you don't have a cup, you can get one in the description below. I recommend the first one. It has my face on it. It is lovely. Even has this shirt on it, I think. I might be wrong, but this is a great Hawaiian shirt. Anyway, like, subscribe, share, support, join, and super chats are available in the chat box if you want to show a little bit of love. I sure do appreciate that. And hit that CashApp $, jakejohnsonband. Also, I need more breath for this. Go to facebook.com/UntetheredLive family. It's a great place to keep up with everybody outside of the show, share pictures, text, videos, whatnot, and keep up with all things Untethered Live Universe in the same place, one place, outside of YouTube. Facebook.com/UntetheredLive family. All one word. Thank you, and I appreciate you coming. Amanda says, yes, Jake, it has that shirt on it. Yes, it does. It's fantastic. I need a new picture with the mustache, though. It doesn't have a mustache on it. I need a cup with just a mustache on it. I wonder if that would sell. Anyway, Linda says, he's in the doghouse. He forgot to call me back again. Oh, no. Cold out there in that doghouse, ain't it, Walter? Rough ground to sleep on. Bold to lick out of. I know how you feel. I'm in the doghouse too, but that's all right. I own the doghouse. Amanda says, oh, damn. Oh. I'm sorry you guys are. But it'll get better, I promise. What with the world going the way it's going? Have you guys been watching the news? It's exciting. It's like, I don't know, 2016 all over again. It's quite nice. Yeah. Linda says, I'm just messing with him. Oh, I know. I know you wouldn't air real dirty laundry on a podcast. That would be petty. John says, getting annoyed, got itchy foot, but can't scratch it. Plaster on it. Well, let me explain how this works. Hobble your little ass to the kitchen and find you a butter knife and hobble your ass back to the couch and sit down and prop your foot up in front of you. Lean forward and stick the butter knife down between your toes and the plaster and wiggle it up and down until you get the itch. You're welcome. Butter knife. Amanda says, metal clothes hanger and baby powder or cornstarch. Well, you could do that, but mine's better. I mean, anyway, I hope your foot gets itched. I know that sucks. I've never had a cast, by the way. I haven't many broken bones, but I took it like a man. No cast. Of course, I've never broken an arm or a leg, so there's that. But I've had 4 broken ribs. All my fingers and toes have been broken. My nose has been broken. My jaw has been broken, and my eye socket has been broken. But no cast. But my arms and legs, as far as I know, are intact. Amanda says, with mine, you won't lose it in the cast. Casts suck. I've had a few. I've never had one. And if you hold on to it, you won't lose it. But a coat hanger would work, but you'd also might scrape yourself and, cause yourself to bleed inside the cast. A butter knife won't cut you. It barely cuts butter. So, I mean, the butter has to be hot for a butter knife to actually work. So, there's that. But you can reach further with a coat hanger. I'll give you that much. How's everybody doing? How's the world out there? Linda, you doing okay? How was dinner tonight? What did you have? I'll tell you what I had. Not tater tots. It was delicious. LOL. I didn't say stab yourself. I mean, if you unfurl a coat hanger, right, and then you push it alongside of your skin, there's a flat, blunt edge on it, on the tip of the coat hanger, and it will cut you as you scrape along your skin. It can. If there's a burr on it, it certainly will. I'm just saying a butter knife is safer, but you can do the coat hanger. I'm not going to argue about this. Walter says, I've had a few cracked bones, but never bothered to get a cast. Right? Me too. Amanda says, OMG, Jake. It was totally tater tots. Jeez. It was not tater tots. Tater tots are crispy and yummy. This was soggy and yummy. I don't know what it was, but it was not tater tots. It had tater tots in it. Like if you put tater tots in a blender and then pour water all over them and then put it in an oven. But it was good. It was delicious. It just wasn't tater tots. It was not soggy. It was tater tot casserole. Soggy tater tots. Sorry. Guess what else is soggy? Any other casserole. Linda says, my daughter was home and asked for spaghetti pie, which is just lasagna made with spaghetti instead. Ooh, I bet that is good. I've never thought about that. You put the layers and everything, like ricotta cheese and whatever you put in lasagna. That'd be good. And you could eat it with a fork without having to cut it. That's not a bad idea, Linda. Spaghetti pie. It probably would be soggy. I said it was delicious. What do you want from me? I'm a simple man. I ate every bit of it, God. But it was soggy. Walter says everything Linda makes is good. Everything she makes is good, too, so far. But soggy in some cases. That's all right, though. I do have a blowtorch. I could fix that problem. Oh, I forgot to turn my phone off. Excuse me. Sorry about that. Linda says, I love you too, Walter. Aw. Look at me starting drama all over the place. It's kind of funny. There. Off. Sorry. Amanda says, well, your ass don't go hungry, LOL. True. I'm not complaining. Don't misunderstand a critique for a complaint. I'm not complaining. I'm quite happy to eat soggy food as long as I don't have to cook it. John says, tuna, baked nice. Right on. Yeah, tuna casserole is pretty good. I like casseroles in general. I just never had tater tots in them before. And she asked me earlier, do you like tater tots? And I'm like, yeah, I like tater tots. Why? She goes, I was thinking about tater tot casserole. I said, that's not tater tots. You asked me if I like tater tots. I do like tater tots. I don't know how I'm going to feel about tater tot casserole, but I'm pretty sure it won't be tater tots, right? Because you put other stuff in it, it's going to get soggy. And it got soggy. But that's the nature of tater tots. If you had bread casserole, it'd be soggy bread. I don't know why you would want to do that, but the point remains the same. But it was good. It tasted good. It tasted like tater tots. It just didn't feel like tater tots. I know. I don't care about your feelings. It's the First Amendment. Blah, 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 blah. I got it. I understand. Facts don't care about your feelings, Jake. Eat the tater tots. Casserole. I will. I promise. I'm not too picky. I will eat whatever you put in front of me and not complain about it. But I'm going to tell all my friends that it was soggy because it's just the nature of who I am. But I love you nonetheless. Amanda says, that's right. Just be quiet and eat. Yes, ma'am. I can't be quiet. I'm doing this podcast thing. I have to talk. It's kind of part of the deal. Anyway. Enough about my drama. What about your drama? What are you guys going through? Who's pissing you off in the world? Have you been watching the news? Did I mention the news? At least you got cookies. I do have a whole thing of cookies. And I can feel my waist expanding as we speak. But they are delicious. Great. Full of these thingies. I can't show you the front of that, but you know what they are. Delicious. It's like chocolate chip cookies, only with not chocolate chips, but with those things. Linda says, ham strata is a casserole made with bread. I knew that. I knew it. I knew there'd be a casserole made out of bread. My kids don't particularly like it. I knew it. See? That's too funny, Linda. Bread casserole. I was being a smartass when I said that, but I knew that it probably was such a thing. I know there's bread pudding, and I don't really understand that concept either, but some people like it. My brother-in-law, his favorite thing in the world, he has to have it every holiday. Makes no sense to me whatsoever. It's called minced meat pie. Do you guys know what that is? The first time I tried it, it tasted like hamburger meat with rum poured all over it. It was horrible. I was like, wow, what is that? It's mincemeat pie. It's my favorite. That's not pie to start with. That's some kind of meat. And second of all, it tastes like alcohol. Apparently, that's the thing. I don't know. It makes no sense to me. I'm way too southern to eat anything like that, I promise. I would eat roadkill first, especially if I was the one that hit it, because then I'd know when it died and what it died of. But do you guys know what mincemeat pie is? Have you ever had that? If not, I recommend you try it just for the sheer sake of it. Go ahead and get you a bottle of smelling salts while you're at it and hit that a few times. Amanda says, I like to cook and try different types of things. I like to mix things. Jake likes food simple and not mixed. Yes. I don't want mixed up food. I know intellectually it all goes to the same place, mixed up. But I want to eat it separately because I'm weird like that. Steak and kidney pudding. Steak and kidney pudding. Well, nice. That's gross. Kidney pudding? I don't think you're supposed to eat kidneys. Don't they have stuff in it like uric acid and such like that? I don't know. Linda Davis says, I didn't know what shoe fly pie was until I moved here to Pennsylvania. I've never heard of that either. Shoe fly pie. If a fly won't eat it, I'm not going to eat it. Because that means it's got something in it that animals don't like or critters don't like. Shoe fly pie. What is it exactly? Now you got me curious. No, I'm a simple man. I like pecan pie. And yes, I said pecan, not pecan. Pecan. P-E-C-A-N. Pecan. Pecan pie. I like apple pie, but I can only eat a bite of it because it's so rich. And that's pretty much it. I'm not a pie guy. I don't like pie. As a general rule, I much prefer cake. But I will eat a little apple pie because it's delicious. But you ever seen that French's commercial back in the 80s, you know, where they're trying to make the sandwich with the nondescript mustard and the sandwich is going, That's how my body does that reflexively with rich foods. So anything that's too sweet or too strong, I can't eat it. And pie fits that bill. I can't put cherry pie to my lips. I will revolt, literally. Like, my body will be like, no, and shut down. It's crazy. But pecan pie is pretty good. And I like egg custard pie a little bit. It's kind of weird. Has a funny texture to it, so I don't really care to eat it. But I like the taste of it. The flavor of it's nice. Amanda says, so that explains why you like apple dumplings. Yeah, because they're not so rich. Pardon me. I also like those apple pies you buy from the dollar store. It's kind of like a half moon shape, and it's got, like, I don't know, icing on the outside of it. It's kind of hard, and you bite into it, and it's got apples inside, but it's not very sweet, so I can eat those. But apple pie, man, the best apple pie is so rich that I can only eat a bite of it. Linda says it's made with molasses, so it attracts flies, and you have to shoo them away. Oh, I see. Yeah, flies are crazy about molasses. I don't know how you get them off of the moles, though. I ain't never seen them do that, but pretty sure it's an easy process because it tastes pretty good. For those of you that are uninitiated, molasses is syrup that's been cooked too long. And it generally has some sort of rum in it. Actually, I think it's syrup made in rum barrels. I think that's really what it is. John says apple turnovers in Britain is called Jake. Really? Cool. Or you saying Jake, a fritter, is called a turnover? What are you saying? Are you saying they call them Jakes? Can I have a Jake, please? My, look at the time. It's Jake time. Is that what you're saying? That would be fantastic. I don't know why I had that accent. I apologize. A little bit of mid-street flair there for you. I can't quite do the posh accent, and I can't quite do the Cockney accent, but I can do the mid-range accent pretty good. Sometimes. I'm much better at the Irish and Scottish accent, but for some reason, English doesn't fit my mouth very well, oddly enough. I once did a podcast. Check this out. It was New Year's Eve. I think it was 2017, somewhere around there. It was a New Year's Eve thing. I did the entire show with a Scottish brogue. I practiced for 3 weeks. I memorized every word of the show and put accent to it. And then I sang Auld Lang Syne in the traditional Gaelic. And my noise compressor was on too loud, and the whole thing was spotty. Like you couldn't hear any of it, hardly. It's in and out like my guitar does when I have my noise compressor on. Talk about a waste. I couldn't redo it. I mean, it took me 3 weeks to prepare for it, so it's there if you want to go look at it, but it's not very fun to watch. But the accent was on point for those of you that did see it and couldn't hear it. Trust me, it was good. No, it's called a turnover, what you said about the pie. Oh, okay. Yeah. Okay, but it's not called a Jake. Yeah, some people call them turnovers. Some people call them fritters. Some people call them other things. You're talking about the half moon thingy? Yeah, it's called a turnover over there. Here it's just called like a Little Debbie snack. I think Little Debbie makes it. I'm not sure. One of those companies makes them. And they're about that big and about that wide. And they're edible, you know. They're not the best thing in the world, but they have an apple flavor and they're good. And I don't like real sweet things. About the level of Debbie snack cake that I go is oatmeal cream pie. That's about as far as I go. I can't do the bonbons or the Twinkies or anything like that. Too sweet. And I've got a real sweet tooth, by the way. I love sweets. But I love them sparingly, if that makes any sense. I'm a believer that a morsel tastes better than a piece. Why? Because a morsel, you only get the flavor, and you want more of it. That's what makes it taste so good. But if you eat a whole piece, your tongue gets numb to the flavor, right? So always eat a morsel first. Enjoy it. Then go back and eat a piece later. Amanda says he's a big kid with sweets. Not really. I don't eat that much sweets. I just, I'm a middle of the night, get a piece of cake kind of guy. Like milk. It's always good. A bowl of cereal at 4 o'clock in the morning is perfect. Can't sleep, I might as well do something. You guys have that problem? How many people here sleep an hour at the time? Because I do. I wake up every hour, almost on the hour. Most of the time I just have to pee, but whether I do or not, I'm waking up. I don't know why. And I get my best sleep from 7 o'clock in the morning to 10 o'clock in the morning. Linda says, turnovers here have a pastry crust. Those things Jake is talking about have more of a pie crust. Yeah, it's kind of a pie crust, and it's got like a glaze on it, but the glaze is hard. I don't know what you call that, but it's like I can't think of anything else that has it, but like donuts, glazed donuts, you can crumble the glaze off of it, or it melts in your hand. This is hard, so it's like a white topping, but it's hard. I don't know how to explain what that is, but I like those. Ordinarily, I'd have one to show you, but I don't have one right now. I didn't know they'd come up in my defense. Bad Shit Crazy says, cool. Something. I think that's what that says. Yep, that says cool. Thank you, Bad Shit. How are you? Lenny says, I sleep about 2 hours at a time. I envy you. I wake up every hour. Amanda says, hi, Bad Shit Crazy. And sometimes I get stuck and can't sleep at all. Fab Daddy's here. He says, happy hump day. Happy hump day is happy day. I'll get it right. Hey, Fab. Amanda says, I'd just be happy to fall asleep before 6 a.m. Right? And John says, in British, we have a pie called a charger. Sorry, a clanger. Half sweet and half savory. Savory, you mean salty? I don't know what savory means. I've heard the word, but I don't exactly. Are we talking like anjou? Are we talking salty? Or like beef stock? What does savory mean? That shit says, hey, folks. I'm just going to assume that you know how to spell folks. And that's some cool way of writing it, because otherwise I would have to correct that, and I can't do it. Amanda says, hi, Fab Daddy. I am an English major. You know how that goes. We think we know everything. John says, meat and sweet. Ew, that's like that mincemeat pie. I don't like it. I don't know what it is, but I don't like it. I don't even know what kind of meat it is. It might be beef. I don't know. It feels like beef. It's got that kind of consistency like ground beef. But I don't know if that is what it is or not. It might be something else. It might be prunes. I don't know. But it's not good, I can tell you that. Fab Daddy says, my neighbor woke me up. Arg. They were yelling at each other, and I woke up super grumpy. Oh, I'm sorry, Fab Daddy. Did you go yell back? Because if they were my neighbors, I would have yelled back, with firearms. Especially if it was in the morning. Batshit says, it's lazy, kinda. I hear you. I know FOLKS is hard to type out, but FOLX, the X is right there beside the L. I understand. I'm with you. Amanda says, oh, Fab, are you grouchy now? Oh. Fab says, I did. I bet you did. Not so much anymore. I got coffee and a joint. Hey, well, at least some of us are happy. Enjoy that. Amanda says, LOL, Fab, smoke one for me. I don't do the joints. I just can't do it. It makes me stupid. And I do not like to be stupid. I like the idea of it, though. I like potheads. I like the idea of being a pothead. I like how they live. I like how they think. I can't do it. I've tried. Believe me. It just don't work for me. John says, I got a brandy and a coffee. Oh, you drinking the Irish coffee. I hear you. Go, buddy. Batshit says, ghost weed. Wow. What's ghost weed? That's one of those things that I think I know, but I don't want to say because I might be wrong. Fab says, to each their own. No. Believe me. I had a brother-in-law once who smoked pot like I smoked cigarettes. I mean, like he would roll like 20 of them before work at 4 o'clock in the morning. And he'd be at work by 6 o'clock in the morning. And at 6 o'clock at night, he'd still be working. And he worked all day long, nonstop, every day. I can't do that. If I smoke half a joint, I am in the couch. My eyes are blazed shut. And I think that everybody can hear my inner monologue. It's not good. You don't want to be that guy, I promise. Looking at everybody wondering if they hear what I'm thinking. And me trying to keep it quiet. Have you ever tried to keep your own thoughts quiet so that other people don't hear it? It's not fun. So I had to stay away from pot. And I can't drink either because I'm Native American and Irish, which is a brutal combination if you want to know the truth. That means I can't drink and I can't stay in the sun very long. And for some reason, I have a craving for potatoes. I don't know what that's about. Batshit Crazy says, weed potent enough. You see what cannot be there. Oh, I see. Fab Daddy says, you build up a tolerance like with nicotine. I didn't. I smoked pot for 2 years. I bought it and everything. I bought a bag every month, and I smoked on it all month long for 2 years. Every time I hit it, I was so high I couldn't think straight. I never got used to it. So I had to stop doing it because it just would not work for my system. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's my metabolism. Maybe it's the fact that I'm, I've got mental issues like what they call today ADHD and bipolar. What they called when I was a kid, you're a weird kid. Yeah, so it might be that. I don't know. Just let it go, says John. I did. If you're talking about pot, I did. I haven't smoked pot in many years. For a while there, once a year, I would smoke a joint with somebody to see if it would change. It never did, so I just stopped doing it altogether. Batshit says, you are special. I'm something. Special in, you mean ride the short bus special? I would agree with you on that. Listen, folks. There is a fine line between brilliance and insanity. And I dance on that line like I'm Clark Gable or somebody. That's the wrong name. You know who I'm talking about, the dancing guy. Fab Daddy says, I stopped matching my clothes. Well, that's cool. I've never worried about that. If I had my way about it, I'd have a closet full of black shirts and blue pants, and I'd wear that all the time. Christine Marshall says, hey, y'all. What's up, Christine? We're talking about stuff. What do you want to talk about? Amanda says hi, by the way. Matching your clothes. I've never once thought about whether something matched something else. I wear what I like, and that's it. And the only reason I wear so many different clothings is because I'm a public speaker and I do this for a living, so I've got to dress appropriately. But if it were just me, if I was just here, I'd have all the same thing. Same color socks, same color pants, same color shirt. It saves a lot of time. Same shoes. Fab Daddy says, I planted an onion today. Chemtrail Warrior says, hello, Jake and everyone. Hey, Chemtrail. Christine says, do you know where glitter comes from? Because I definitely don't. I was just wondering. Yes, it comes from New Jersey at a little plant called Glitter X, but that is a trick because Glitter X took over for the original company, which is unnamed, who was formed in the 40s. And they are not a glitter company. They are a precision cutting company, which was contracted by the government to help with the Manhattan Project and a few other things. They've made anything from the metal flakes that go into the brakes of airliners. They make anti-missile chaff, you know, the little sparkles that fly out of the back of an airplane that catches heat-seeking missiles so they don't get blown up. They've made stuff for the nuclear bomb, Fat Man and Little Boy. They make all kinds of things. And then that unnamed government contracted company switched over to Glitter X, which is in New Jersey. So that's where it comes from. And secretly, they don't, there's more brick walls in the government. There's less brick walls in the government than there are in Glitter X trying to find out who their client lists are. People have been working on it for the past few years because they don't know. They figured this mystery out that nobody knows why glitter is selling so much all over the world. And so they try to figure out who the top client list is, top 5 clients, hush, hush, all the way. They're not allowed to bring cameras into the facility. They're not allowed to report on it. They're not allowed to interview anybody. Those that have gotten interviews have been met with stone walls all the way around and lawsuits and all kinds of other things to keep secret whatever it is they're keeping secret. But me, the intrepid journalist that I am, have been on the ground doing real journalism. I have infiltrated the highest levels of Glitter X, and I have discovered the secret to the mystery. Turns out that the top client for Glitter X is actually Area 51 because aliens have a chafing problem, and they use glitter to solve their chafing problem. It's the uniforms. Anyway, there you go. Now you live with it. I could be killed for giving you this information, so you should be happy that you have it. Where's my tinfoil hat at? Make sure there's no glitter on it. You can't be too careful these days. Pardon me. Walter says, hi, Denise. Fab Daddy, why did you plant an onion today? You do realize that planting season is over and it's probably not going to do anything right. If you want to plant in October. Christine says, there are so many of them drones here in Michigan. We see them every night. There's a cloud cover in the sky, and you can just see these big, bright star-looking things. When they fly up close, they're huge. Well, they are approved by the FAA, according to Donald Trump's release this morning. And I assure you, that is not the truth. But it's as close to the truth as you're going to get. Oh, Batshit Crazy hits me with a $2 super chat. Thank you very much. He says, the other Batshit Crazy sees you are interesting. checks, exclamation points, smiley, surprised faces, shifty eyes, tongues out, and cool 5. Thank you very much for that super chat. Batshit crazy. I love you, and I'll put it to good use. Maybe I'll buy some weed with it. Christine says they're about a small car size, and they have red and green lights. Now that I know that they are ours for sure, it makes me feel safe. I wouldn't feel safe at all. They're experimenting on something, and they didn't tell you what that was, just that they approved it. But remember, they lied about it in the first place. Why did they do that? If the Democratic government lied about them being there, and then the Republican government says, oh, yeah, they're ours, put 2 and 2 together, my friend. Something's going on there. They're studying something or looking for something. Walter says, there is a glitter factory in 𝕚𝕚𝕚𝕝𝕝𝕝𝕚𝕚, New Jersey. It's been there since the 40s. That's the one I'm talking about, Glitter X. Amanda says, the drones are safe and not the enemies. Trump said there's no issues with them, and he verified who and what they are. No, he didn't. He said that they were ours, and the FAA had approved them. He did not say what they were. Christine says, wow. Dude, did you wake up on the wrong side of the meth pipe this morning? No, I did not. Linda Davis says, glitter is from Satan. It's a mother's nightmare. I started to go with the Satan thing, but I thought aliens would be funnier. Fab Daddy says, scrub my ears. Christine's laughing, crying. Batshit hits me with $2. Thank you, Batshit. John H. says, I bet it was eye-watering, Fab Daddy, planting an onion, because you have to cut it. Amanda says, thanks, Batshit Crazy. And Kim Trail says, 3 more days of this homeless shit. I'm getting new keys Saturday. Rock on. Congratulations. I wish you well. Amanda says, way to go, Kim Trail. Fab Daddy says it was hiding in a dark corner of the pantry with green sprouts growing out of it, so I planted it. Well, I wish you luck. Maybe, if you're real lucky and you bide your time right, in 6 weeks, you'll have a stalk that goes all the way up to the grass. Amanda says, LOL, Fab. Batshit Crazy says, huff paint. Not really. If I was going to huff anything, it'd be straight gasoline, because I'm a man, baby. Fab Daddy says, I bet I get growth. Maybe. Certainly with that attitude, you will. Chemtrail says, no one believes the last White House spokesperson, nor this one, about the drones. Ooh. Amanda has been a member for 10 months. Welcome, Amanda. She says, I love being here with you all. You guys are great, and thank you for all that you do, Jake. Thank you for being here, Amanda, and the hieroglyphics as well. Enjoy your membership. It looks good on you. Well, I believe what she said, Chemtrail, and what if you think about what she said, the FAA approved those flights, which they did, obviously, or they wouldn't have been in the sky. Somebody would have shot them down. And that they're ours, not the enemy's. And that they're there for research and study. She didn't say what they were researching or studying, and she didn't say who was sending them up, just that they were ours. Ours meaning the government, ours meaning people in this country, ours meaning enthusiasts that like to fly drones. I think more likely, I think that the one guy had it right, and that they are looking for signatures of a nuclear weapon. Because if you take into consideration when they flew, which was right before the inauguration, right before Donald Trump made his way to Washington, and the fact that there were threats, credible threats about nuclear weapons coming into the country, and the fact that they lost so many weapons over transporting them from Ukraine to England to and then all of a sudden they're gone. There's like 11 nuclear weapons unaccounted for. I think that's what they're looking for. But I don't know. I'm just guessing. Christine says, have you ever come to Michigan? I'll give you free weed, Jake. A big old sack. Well, Christine, I do appreciate that offer. But if you gave me free weed, I would just give it to my fans because I don't smoke pot. But I do appreciate that offer. And I may come to Michigan. In fact, I may go to New Jersey in the next year and have a meet and greet if everybody wants to come and get together with me. We'll see. We'll figure it out. We have a yacht we can do the meet and greet on, so that would be lovely. It's a thought. It's in the air. I don't know that it's going to happen, but it could. Chemtrail says, these drones are all over the world still. Well, you know, they're kind of playing with drone technology right now and AI and that sort of thing. Pretty soon they're going to be doing it themselves. Batshit Crazy says, hug and kiss. Thank you, Batshit. Or Amanda, hug and kiss. Oh, thank you, Batshit. Soften her up for me. I'll handle the rest. Batshit says, nope. Fab Daddy says, model making kids were the huffers, right? That model glue was crazy. You get high just taking the lid off. And those ones, remember the pen that you could shake up and it wrote in like silver paint? It was like a spray paint pen. Remember those things? Man, you get blasted off one of those. Just have it in your backpack. Hold your head over your backpack and you'd be good to go. And what was the other thing? Whippets. You could go buy a can of Cool Whip. Be like going to the dentist office. I don't know nothing about drugs, though. Batshit Crazy says, old ass joke. Right on. Amanda, hug and kiss. Yeah, that's a Simpsons thing, I'm pretty sure. Right? Amen. To hug and kiss. I got it. That's right up there with, is your refrigerator running? Well, you better go catch it. Christine says, yep, I believe they're like a protective shield over the United States. Trump talked about the shield, and I believe we already have it because Space Force had been around before Trump revealed it. But remember that in the executive orders, along with his statement about the drones, was his desire to create the Iron Dome, which is basically things flying over the world to make sure nothing comes into our airspace, right? Could be satellites, could be drones, could be air balloons, who knows? Iron Dome. Think about it. It all makes sense if you just parse through the nonsense and connect the dots. Glitter is for chafing for aliens. Their skin is sensitive. They itch. It's the little suits that they wear. Have you seen their drawings? Christine says, we're on high alert, so I believe they've deployed these things to help, and if it isn't that, then I bet they're probably using them to help with illegal immigration. Could be that, too. I don't know what they're for. I just have to speculate. Considering the timing and the source and the location, proximity to Washington, I'd say they're probably on high alert for nuclear weapons coming close to that area. And remember, a nuclear bomb has a blast radius, so they want to get it before it gets close enough to D.C. to do any damage to the politicians. So I would think they'd be looking for that, but I'm just guessing. Spitballing, really. Christine says, yeah, thumbs up, heart. Fab Daddy says, my garlic is growing, and it was the same. I played a month ago, and I will have more garlic. So I can grow more garlic. Right on. Played a month ago. You mean planted a month ago. Got it. Well, if it grows, good luck to you. But really, for best results, you want to plant in October. October is plant season. And then you grow and then harvest when it's done. John H. says it's a bit far for me to come, Jake. I understand that, buddy. I understand that. And everybody wouldn't make it anyway, but I'm here. If you want to come, we'll get together. Amanda says, I love the smell of model glue. Yeah. Yeah, it's like them people that do cocaine all the time. I don't know what they're on about. I've tried it before, and I hate cocaine. I love how it smells, but I hate it. It smells great, though. Can't get enough of the whiff of that thing. But John A. says, Amanda, you a glue sniffer? Fart sniffer, maybe. Amanda says, the fat permanent marker, not a regular Sharpie. Yeah, the big one with the flat tip. Yeah, I remember those. But no, the silver pen that you shake up. It's got like a little ball in it, like a spray paint can. I don't know why I keep doing this. But, yeah, those were really get you going. Christine says, oh, okay. Right-o. Amanda says, LOL. I just used to do a lot of car models. She kept having to buy glue. You know what I'm saying? Batshit Crazy says, way before that. Vaudeville pun. Humorous. Yeah, most people don't know what vaudeville is. I do. But most people don't. Some people do. Vaudeville is a thing that would happen in the Catskills, connected to the Jews. I'm just kidding. Amanda says, LOL, old habits. Batshit Crazy says, Snake Farm song. Okay. Is that Jake from Snake Farm? Something like that? I don't know who you're talking to. Bill Bennett says, howdy, guys. What's up, Bill? Good to see you, buddy. We are losing our collective minds over here on Wednesday night chill stream. How you doing, buddy? Amanda says, hi. John says, I used to love farting under the duvet and holding my partner under there, too. Yeah. A duvet is a comforter in America. But I hear you. I'm with you. I do that, too. It's called a Dutch oven. That's funny, because it's Dutch. Anyway, takes two. Christine says, hello. And Amanda says, I would kick his ass. Well, you didn't kick my ass the last time I did it, so I have carte blanche to pull the duvet over your head and give you a Dutch oven. Ray Wiley Hubbard, Snake Farm, says Walter Davis. Nice. I've never listened to Ray Wiley Hubbard. I do songs that have his name in it, but for some reason I've never got to listen to him. Bill Bennett says, that's a dick move, LOL, but very funny. Yes. It's also true love, because only true love could withstand that and not leave. If somebody did that to me and I didn't love them, there would be an ass whooping and a peel out shortly thereafter. Batshit Crazy says, that song, oh my God. Well, I might have to look at it. I might have to check it out now. Snake Farm. I'll check it out. Amanda says, right, Bill? Bill says, they are leaving momentarily. They are leaving momentarily. Who is leaving momentarily? You mean the person who had the Dutch oven or somebody at your house? Because I missed a comment, maybe. I don't see it, though. Walter says, conversations with the devil is good. I've never had a conversation with the devil. I have nothing to say to him. Except, get behind me, Satan. I've had conversations with the devil in me, but I've never had conversations with the actual devil because I don't want nothing to do with that guy. The Dutch oven leaving out of the blankets. Oh, yeah. Yeah, they'll be leaving out of the blankets real quick. Yeah. Especially if I've had like some Budweiser and some oatmeal cream pies and some eggs. Oh, yeah. Maybe some chili to go on top of that. No, I'm just kidding. Christine says, I got to get up early, so I love you guys. Talk to you the next stream, hopefully. Well, I hope so too, Christine. Thank you for being here. Thanks for dropping in. Go get that money, though. Walter says, it is a good song. I've heard good things about Ray Wiley Hubbard. I just never had a chance to listen to him. I guess I need to fix that. I've listened to Warren Zevon, but I haven't listened to Ray Wiley Hubbard. Yes, hot farts in an enclosure develops character. Yes, they do. Amanda says, what's bad is when you fart and it stinks so bad you can taste it. LOL. That's bad. That is bad. When it burns your eyes and it's got a spice to it. It's a little tangy. Why is it spicy? I didn't eat anything spicy. What's causing that? Hot box treatment says batshit. Oh, yeah. Amanda says, good night, Christine. And John says, you can taste the chunks. Ugh, that's horrible. Why are we talking about farts? Amanda says, LOL, John. Batshit crazy says, werewolf in London. Ooh, werewolf in London. And also a Kid Rock song if you listen to it. Because there's nothing new under the sun. Christine says, I hate it when I don't get to watch the whole video. I always feel like I'm going to miss something because if you're not here, most likely you'll probably miss something. There's always good info here. Correct. And in the midst of all my madness, I tend to say things that are very apropos. And I try to do that. I try to mix wisdom with comedy. I'm not a comedian, but I try. Christine says, have a good night and bye again, y'all. Well, Christine, you can always come back and watch later, like on your lunch break or something. Batshit Crazy says, makes you sneeze a proper hot box. Oof. Walter says, Warren Zevon was great. I found out he had terminal cancer. Worth the song, Your Shit's Fucked Up, and went on tour. Wrote the song, Your Shit's Fucked Up, and went on tour. Yep, I've done Your Shit's Fucked Up. I can't remember the words to it now, but I've learned it before. And he is a good writer. Very good songwriter, and I like songwriters. Linda Davis says, good night, Christine. And Amanda says, LOL, all right, Christine. You never know what we're going to talk about. Well, this is true. We can go anywhere. Bill Bennett says, didn't you say all songs are same, nothing new? Yes, I did. I did say that, and I was trying to point that out in a previous podcast where I went a little manic and probably drove it overboard. But the idea is that patterns, there's only so many patterns, right? There's only 7 chords. All songs, thousands and thousands of songs, all use one of 7 chords as the root. So if you know 7 chords, it won't take you very long, maybe 10 years before you can hear what that chord is when you hear it and you recognize it for what it is. Now you take that idea and you expound upon it. There's only so many notes up the fretboard or up the keyboard, however you want to write songs. And then there's only so many patterns that you can use those notes in. For example, 1, 4, 5 is a pattern. It's the first note, the root note. Say if we're in the key of A, the 4 would be a D, and the 5 would be an E, A, D, E. If you look at the circle of fifths, they're perfect thirds away from each other. That's called a structure or a chord. Once you learn that pattern and you can hear it, then you recognize that it's in almost every song. You hear that pattern, you know immediately what that is, like a 12-bar blues, for example. 4 bars, 4 bars, change chords, 4 bars, 4 bars, change chords, 4 bars, 4 bars, change chords, 4 bars, change chords, 4 bars, change chords, 4 bars, change chords, and then the turnaround. You recognize that pattern, so the minute you hear the first note of it, you recognize that's what that is, and you know the song. That's how I go about my business. I am one of the few musicians that can jump on stage with anybody and play along, as if I was a member of the band. No practice, no rehearsal. Just go with it. I don't even need to know what the name of the song is. Just tell me what key we're in and leave me alone. I'll be there. But the reason I can do that, it's not a magic trick. It's just understanding the patterns. That's it. It's also not talent, by the way. I'm actually not that good of a guitar player. But I have a style. And that style makes up for a lot of technicality that I don't have. Amanda says, nope. Amanda says, correct, Bill. And Walter says, you know the song In Spite of Ourselves. I don't. Batshit Crazy says, Government Mule. That would be Warren Hayes' band, not Warren Zevon, Warren Hayes. And he once played with the Allman Brothers as a replacement for Greg Allman. Anyway, he's a great guitar player. And also, he spawned out of Government Mule, the Tedeschi Trucks band. Tedeschi Trucks is another slide player on his league. Probably better than him, actually. But they've got their own little band now called Tedeschi Trucks Band. So check that out. Tedeski, Tedeschi. Bill Bennett says, I have heard you prove it. Right on. Yeah, it's all the same thing. It really is. If you just recognize the beats, and I could go through countless examples of it, or you could just trust me, pick up an instrument, and learn 3 chords, and buy yourself a capo, K-A-P-O, not P-O-L-E. Buy yourself a capo, learn 3 chords, and you could play anything on the radio today with 3 chords. You just have to know where to put the capo. That's what George Jones did, and if you don't believe me, go back and watch every video of George Jones where you can see him playing the guitar, and he's playing the same 3 chords. Although you know that song ain't in that key, that's the chord he's playing with a capo, because he only knew 3 chords. Linda says, LOL, Walter, about the song In Spite of Ourselves. And Walter says, that should have been Tommy and Kayla's wedding song. Kyla? I have a daughter named Kylie, K-Y-L-I-E. I love that name. I don't know why. Amanda says, Linda, do you go on Facebook or use Messenger? It's kind of personal. Sorry about the coughing. Oh, Batshit Crazy says that most people find pleasant limited volume of music. Limited volume of music. A limited repertoire, you mean? Yeah, most people find a certain set of patterns pleasant, and they use them over and over and over again. This is true. I think I understand what you're saying. While there are many, many examples of music that is very complicated, I'll give you an example. A couple of Aerosmith songs. Go look at the chord progression of some Aerosmith songs, such as, you know, that, Tell Me What It Takes to Go Away, or whatever it is. There's a lot of chord changes in that song, and they use some weird examples of chord structures and other keys shoved into different keys. Elton John does that a lot. But that's not typical, right? That's one thing that sets them apart from other musicians, because it's not typical. Typical is a 1-4-5 with a minor, right? 99% of all rock songs is 1-4-5 with a minor. Whatever the one is, if it's a G, then it's C and D with a E minor or a B minor. If it's C, then it's F and G with a C sharp minor, or whatever it is. So, regardless of the song, you can take Alan Jackson, for example. Listen to Alan Jackson, and 90% of his songs is in the key of G. And it's some version of G, C, and D, or G, D, and C, and sometimes it goes back and forth in the same song. But if you know that, you already know the song. Simple. Really easy. Linda says, yippers, Amanda. Fat Daddy says, bars for my bars. Right on. Amanda says, send me a message on Facebook, and I'll send you my phone number, Amanda Johnson. It has a picture of Eeyore and Jake and I. Weirdo. Are you saying I'm Eeyore? Is that what you're trying to say with that picture? Linda says, Battleship Chains should have been their song, Walter. Nice. What about Eat My Shorts? That's a good song. Wedding song. Can be taken both ways. Walter says those 7 chords work until you get into Zydeco and Mexican classical. Well, I don't play mariachi, so I'm not likely to get very far into Mexican classical, but I'm talking specifically blues, rock and roll, and country, and some of the in-between stuff that they call beach music now because they got nowhere else to put it. Most of those songs, an entire industry is written on 3 chords and the truth, you know. And that's the dirty little secret of music, is that it ain't that hard to do once you figure it out. It's hard to figure out. Once you figured it out, it's not that hard to accomplish. April Rain's here. Hey, April. She says, nice. Amanda says, hi, April. And Walter says, George was probably drunk. Probably. He still didn't know any chords. He knew 3 chords. That's it. Oddly enough, Merle Haggard is the exact opposite. He was quite the accomplished guitar player, and most people didn't realize he was playing his own lead in the songs. So he was his own lead guitar player. Amanda says, April don't love us anymore. Wah. Aw. Yes, she does. And Amanda says, I got you, Linda. And Fab Daddy says, Janie's got a gun. Well, that's easy. That's in the key of E. Yeah, that one. I like that song, though, but it isn't hard. But if you, like, say, that song, I was crying when I met you, now I'm dying to forget you, that song jumps to another key in the lead break, and it's not a key that fits the key that it's in. It goes from like an A to a G sharp and then to a B flat. It's really weird if you just read it. It's like, that doesn't make musical sense at all, but it works in the context of that song. That's atypical of music. Most people don't do that. Elton John does it. Aerosmith does it. A few other people do it. But for the most part, people stick to a thing that they're familiar with. That's why you can hear songs like something from David Allan Coe and then hear something from Alabama years later, and they sound exactly the same. And you're like, isn't that the same thing I heard with this other song? Well, yes, it is, because there's only so many ideas, and people just reuse ideas. And as long as it don't sound too much like it, they won't catch you up in a copyright claim. Walter says Rush, and yes, were pretty non-typical. Rush was non-typical, yeah. And they did a lot of unusual musical stuff. But most of that was in the rhythm section. I think they pretty much stayed in one key and just jammed, you know. But the drums were exceptional in Rush. Fab Daddy says, Yes is one of my favorite songs. Oh, Yes. One of my favorite bands. The band Yes. All right, I got you. Now I might be getting them confused with The Who. There's too many of those one-word name bands. The Who, Yes, whatever else there are. I can't remember. Yardbirds. That's 2 words. Forget what I'm saying. I know some Yes songs. I just can't think of what they are. Who was it that did that song? No one knows what it's like to be a bad man, to be a sad man behind blue eyes. Who did that? Ain't they the same ones? Ain't that the same band that did the theme song for CSI? Amanda says, LOL, no, but Eeyore is the best. Anybody seen my tail? He's such a stoner. Eeyore is very depressed and on Xanax. He is not a stoner. Winnie the Pooh is a stoner. He's a pothead. I mean, literally. Eeyore is taking Xanaxes left and right. Piglet is a meth head. And Christopher Robbins is the dealer. Don't believe me? You watch the cartoon and tell me what you think. Linda Davis says, Hi, April. Claps and hearts. Batshit Crazy says, New Orleans funk. Oh, yeah. New Orleans has got great music. Batshit Crazy says, April Wine. Good band. Never heard them. Batshit Crazy says, My brother Matt does the oddball changes. I have too. Mark Bolan's was great. I don't know who that is. The Who. Thank you, Walter. The Who is the one that did that other song. Fab Daddy says, how the heck does SoundCloud work then? If I ask to bring up a song with just a few notes, I can name that song in one note. I don't know. I would imagine it's because AI can do a comparison of the relationship of the notes with the song and find something that's similar, I guess. I don't know. I don't use SoundCloud. I have a SoundCloud, but I've never used it. Walter says, correct. And Amanda says, The Who. I'll give you a little lesson in The Who then. I don't know if my voice will hold out, so forgive me. I might quit in the middle of this. All right. Can you hear that? No one knows what it's like to be the bad man, to be the sad man behind blue eyes. And no one fights back as hard on their feelings. None of their pain and woe can show through. Now, what I'm playing there is E minor, G, D, C. Now, that's 3 chords with a minor. The minor is E minor. But watch what it does, interestingly. No one knows what it's like to be the bad man. That's the D. To be the sad man. Now it's going to switch out of the key of G into the key of A and go behind blue eyes. See, that works for this song, but musically that's wrong, right? Because A and G are a whole step apart. G is a whole step lower than A. So how do you go in the same musical line from G to A without changing the vocal structure? Only the Who would have thought of that. But it's even worse than that. They switch out of the key of A into the key of C for the chorus. But my dream, I can't sing that note. They aren't as empty. To the key of E. My love is vengeance. Back to A. That's never free. Back to G. So you see how that works? That's 3 different keys in one song. That's not typical. Now, if you ask yourself, well, why would that matter? Well, go and listen to some bands play and tell me how many of them you hear cover that song. And when you're surprised to find out, most cover bands do not play that song because it's hard. Go listen to the songs they are playing. They're playing stuff like Mustang Sally and, things of that ilk because they're 3 chords. That's it. And lots of people get away with that. Now, why am I bringing this up? Because I am a musician and I play in bands and I have to contend with local bands that take up my money. The reason I don't make $2,000 a night when I play is because the market is saturated with local bands. There might be 100, maybe 200 in this area, and none of them are any good. They all suck. They stand there like sticks. They have no personality. Every song they play is a 3-chord wonder, and not one of them could learn on the fly while learning a song and playing it live. Not one of them. But I can. And my act is a $2,000 act. When we show up, I don't care if there's 3 people. I don't care if there's 3,000 people. They get the same show, and it's full blast, full tilt, all the way, start to finish, right? And at the end of the night, we are drenched in sweat and exhausted. That's how you end a rock show. Not, well, it's time to go to the next one, I guess. But yet, there's no distinction, musically speaking, because the audience doesn't know, and the club owner doesn't know, So, yeah, I can pay this band $300, and they'll do it. I won't. I won't do it for $300, but they will. So what does that mean? Either I stop playing or I start playing for less money, because why pay me $1,000 when you can pay that guy $300 and get the same crowd, because the crowd doesn't know the difference. That's why we're talking about it. Fab Daddy says, the Mad Hatter used a white rabbit to get Pinky his dope. Christopher is innocent. That's good. I like that. But you see that there is a through line there. That's definitely what they're talking about. That show is definitely allegory for what's really going on. The Who with Roger Daltrey. That's right, John. Linda Davis says, LOL Fab. And Amanda says, LOL Fab. And Amy Elizabeth is here. She says, liked, shared, and invited some friends. Hello. Hello, Amy. How are you? And Linda says, hi, Amy. And Amanda says, didn't I see April come in a minute ago? Is she not talking? What's going on? Did I miss anything? I guess I did not. Linda says, hi, Amy. Amanda says, hi, Amy. And Amanda says, thanks, Amy. And Bill Bennett says, from the heart, it comes. You are awesome, Jake. Thank you, sir. I appreciate that. It does come from the heart and a little bit from the sphincter, but mostly from my fingers. Amy Elizabeth says, I'm exhausted. It's rush week at my area. Twice the work as usual. I keep forgetting that you work at a school, right? Rush week. That's a college thing, right? That's where they pick on everybody and everybody gets drunk. And when they wake up from their alcohol-fueled week, they belong to a fraternity or something like that. I think I've been there a couple times. It's like waking up on the hood of your car naked. How did I get here? It was a crazy week. What can I say? I've been there once or twice. That's why I don't drink. Drink is bad for you. I'm sure I saw April come in. Let me scroll up. Yep, there she is. Hi, April. What are you doing? How come you ain't talking? Amy says, School Indoctrination Center. Whatever you want to call it. Right on. I do call it Indoctrination Center. And this is coming from a guy who believes in an education. 10, 15 years ago, I would have screamed from the rooftops, you have to have an education. You have to go to college. Then I hung out at some for a while. I am not that guy anymore. I'm saying quit college, start a business. Fab Daddy says, there is a few different rushes. Really? I mean, there are rushes. Rush week. Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah. I was talking specifically about the one where they recruit for fraternities and sororities. I self-corrected my poor English. Fab Daddy, you are the man. As long as you do that, I will never complain. And I self-correct mine, too, when I catch it. Sometimes it slips, and I don't catch it. But I try. Amy says, Fab Daddy, I'm fluent in typoese. Right on. Me, too. Seems like I've heard somebody say that before. I love black people. Sorry. Fab Daddy says, nice. That's the same response you give for somebody saying 69. Nice. By the way, do you guys know what the largest word in the country is? The largest name in the country is? Does anybody know? I will share it with you because I discovered this yesterday. Let me see if I can find it. There it is. This is a lake in Massachusetts, and they have renamed it to something like Lindell Lake. because nobody could pronounce it. But here it is. This is a real word. This is a real place in the United States of America. Bam. Now you say that 3 times fast. Bill Bennett says, good night, all. I'm beat. God bless each and every one of you. And 69 is my favorite number. I like 77. It's the same as 69, but you get 8 more. Amy Elizabeth says, LOL, 69 is my call number on the radio. Nice. Fab Daddy says, Greenland will now be named East America. Yes. Amanda says, good night, Bill. And Amy Elizabeth says, Bill, have a good night. I like 77 better because you get 8 more. I said that. Ha-ha. Amanda says 68 or 77. 68 is you do me and I'll owe you one. Ha-ha! I kind of like that one myself. But there you go. Check out that name. That's a real name. 10 points to anybody that can actually say that word. It took me about 10 minutes to say it. And I have a talented tongue, so. And I can't repeat it. But I did manage to get through it. I think it's Chargagagog, Makungagog, Kabunga Magog. All one word. Lake Lindell sounds much better. Amanda says, good night, Bill. I read those. Amanda says, it was hilarious listening to Jake try to say that. Right. And Bill says, no, IOUs. You can't have an IOU. Batshit Crazy says, Greenland is extremely harsh. Arctic Circle proximity. Yes, but they're also extremely open to the idea of America taking over, so don't let the media fool you. They ask for it. It's not like it wasn't their idea. They want to be independent. So if America can make them independent, that'd be great. And if it helps us militarily, that would be great also. What I don't want to see happen is them to be taken over and then be gentrified and run out of their own society. I don't think that'd be a good idea. But if we do it like we did Guam and Puerto Rico or whatever that country is over there that we pretty much own, that'd be fine. They have their own money. They have their own language. They have their own everything. But it's America. Fab Daddy says that's what the Ninja Turtles say when they kick ass. Yeah, they say something like that. But that's a real name of a real lake in Massachusetts. Check it out. I didn't make that up. I make a lot of things up. That ain't one of them. Batshit says, free cash as well. Oh, yeah. Yeah, that place, Greenland, is rife for business. I mean, they're just ready to upgrade, right? They've gone as far as they can go under Denmark's rule or whatever it is they're currently under. And if we open that place up to business, building and such, and fracking and all kinds of things that they could do over there, that place is going to get very rich very fast. Amy says, anybody watch the RFK Jr. confirmation hearings? Pocahontas would ask a loaded question and then cut him off when he tried to answer. Well, that's par for the course. I have not watched that one because I can't stand to listen to the guy speak, poor guy. But I knew that was coming. I knew that they weren't going to. He'll get confirmed anyway, but they got an ace in the hole, and there are 2 of them actually, through the Congress and through an executive order, which will allow all of his appointments to get approved. But he'll get confirmed. But they're going to give him hell when he's trying to. Just look what they did to that judge. What was his name? Can't remember his name now. But remember Blasey Ford and all of that? They basically ruined that guy before he got put on the Supreme Court. She would basically ask loaded questions like, when did you stop beating your wife? Not really, just an example of what I meant. Yeah, a question that has an assumed answer, right? And then not let him answer so that her assumed answer gets put into record in place of his actual answer. Fab Daddy says, I watched some of it. I watched 2073. I don't know what that is. John H. says, there are long names in Wales and Britain. Have a look, Jake. Can't say it. I'll check it out. I know Welsh is an unusual language. Amy says, Clarence Thomas. Right on. Fab Daddy says, it's the most realistic sci-fi movie I've ever seen. 2073. I'll check it out. I like sci-fi. Have you seen The Creator, by the way? It's typical. It's the young girl is the key to everything story. Has to save everybody. But it's so well made that you don't mind that so much. It's called The Creator, and it's a low-budget film, and it looks as good as anything Star Wars ever put out with their $400 or $500 million. Batshit Crazy says, Congress is Hollywood for ugly people. I agree. 100% I agree. April, you come in and say hello and then don't talk to me again? What's up? I'm starting to feel left out. I like The Kraken. The movie The Kraken? Isn't that related to Clash of the Titans in some way? Whoa. There's a name from Wales, Amanda says. And I am not even going to try to pronounce that. That's as bad as that other word. Might be as long, too. Oh, Craven. No. Craven the Hunter is what you're talking about. Another Marvel movie. And it's pointless, just like all of the other Marvel movies have been. Amy Elizabeth says, Amanda, how would you know if you spelled it wrong? Ha! She copy and pasted it so she didn't have to spell it wrong. Batshit Crazy says, Roger Zelensky, SFF author. SFF. I don't know who that is. Amanda says, 58 letters. Yep, it's longer than that one. I think that one's 49 letters. And John says, thanks, Amanda. That's it. And Dana's here. She says, Judge Thomas or the one who inaugurated Trump. The one who inaugurated Trump. I couldn't remember his name. Kavanaugh. Thank you. Kavanaugh. Forget his name. Something like Kavanaugh. It's Kavanaugh. And greetings. Thank you, Dana. I couldn't remember it either, but I remembered the lady that accused him of all that nonsense. Christine Blasey Ford, but I couldn't remember his name because he was very nondescript. Which was the problem with all of her accusations, because she was describing somebody that was very descript. But he was not. And Amanda says, hi, Dana, hun. Amy Elizabeth says, Kavanaugh, Dana. That's it. Amanda says, gotta love copy and paste. Right on. And you're welcome, John. And Dana says, hi, Amanda. Hi, Elizabeth. Heart, heart. Batshit Crazy says, Ormigas, ants. In Spanish, hormigas. Cool. Fab Daddy says, supercalifragilisticexpialidocious. Right on. Amy says, stewardesses is the longest word you can type with the left hand. Nice. I see that. Dana says, thanks, dear Amy Elizabeth. Kavanaugh. That's the one. Amanda says, the name is descriptive and translates to St. Mary's Church. It's a Britain word from above. Right on. St. Mary's Church. Well, St. Mary has a very big name in Welsh. Redivider anagram. An anagram? Don't you mean a palindrome? I think that's a palindrome. An anagram is a set of letters that means a set of words. Like IRS is an anagram. A palindrome is something spelled forwards and backwards the same, like level or race car. Or Shifty Baba Fish. Don't worry about that last one. I might have made that up. Batshit Crazy says, yep, a palindrome. Got it. Linda Davis says, fab. That's the only word I could think of when he asked about the longest word. The longest word that I've found thus far is a type of pneumonia. It's a medical condition in your lungs, and it's a really long word. It has something like 50 letters or 55 letters. Some kind of osis. Starts with pneumonia and ends with osis, if that'll tell you anything. It's like pneumonia, gonorrhea, herpes, syphilis, pneumosis, something like that. I don't know. Dakota is here. Dakota says, hi, good evening. Hi, Dakota. Amanda says, hi. Dakota says, hi, Linda Davis, and hi, Amanda. And there it is. That's a long word. Pneumonia, mono, trampa, oscilloscopa, convoluted volcano ribinosis. That's what that says. Race car spelled backwards is race car. Correct. That's a palindrome. Linda Davis says, hi, Dakota. Good to see you. And Amanda says, level spelled backwards is level. Correct. That's a palindrome. Mom is a palindrome. Bob is a palindrome. Radar is a palindrome. Very nice use of palindromes, guys. Amy says, hi, Dakota and everyone else. And Dakota says, hi, Amy. Yes, I used to love word puzzles like that when I was younger. I'm the guy that copied the dictionary, so I love words. And there are some interesting things that words can do. My favorite thing, though, about words is their origins, how we get figures of speech like over a barrel or, you know, you got an ace in the hole, those kind of things. I love where the origin of those things. The word shit. Do you know where that comes from? Dana says, Dennis spelled backwards is send. Ooh, Dennis. Oof. Naomi spelled backwards is I moan. So what do you think about that? Yeah. I'm not even going to try to say that word, but that's a very long palindrome. Dakota says, hi, Dana. Fab Daddy says, spaces are so important. Let's all space out. Kind of like the sentence. Spaces are very important. What you don't say is as important as what you do say. There's wisdom in that. Sometimes what you don't say speaks volumes. My ear hurts. And by the way, some of the best stuff I ever played, I played by accident. That's a quote from B.B. King. Amy says, when I fell last week, I think I broke my foot, and I'm too stubborn to go get it looked at. I hear you. Keep it wrapped tight with an ace bandage, and it'll heal. But keep it tight. If you don't keep it tight, your bone will set crooked if you broke it. And you will never walk right again. And try to stay off of it if you can. If you're like me, though, you'll walk right through it and walk with a cane if you have to, but you got to go to work. Don't do that if you can avoid it. Dana says, hi, Dakota. And Amanda says, not good, Amy. Dakota says, how is your evening going, Dana? Amy says, stressed is desserts backwards. Right on. I like it. And Dana says, you are a tough cookie, Amy. Yes, she is. She's the kind of stuff women should be made of. And Dana says, Dakota, it's very good, I think. Amy says, Dana, I think my cookie crumbled a long time ago. Let's hope there's still some dust on that cookie. I don't have a mustache for nothing. Dana says, smiley face. April! Where are you? I feel like I'm being ignored. Fab Daddy says, imagine if there wasn't spaces. Writing, could you read this easily? Yeah. Imagine if there wasn't spaces in writing, could you read this easily? Yes, and also punctuation. But letters are letters, regardless of whether there's any spaces or not. And if you study Hebrew, you not only can read backwards, but you can read without spaces too, and punctuation. Amanda says, you know why the cookie went to the doctor? He felt a little crummy. He felt a little crummy. Tough cookie. Slate. Stale. Stale cookies are tough. So are hard cookies. I know quite a few cookies that are hard, but not stale. I recently ate some tough cookies. She was grateful. Because she made the cookies, not because what you're thinking, you dirty pervert. Anyway, I need to get out of that subject before I get myself in trouble. Linda Davis says, is that why we eat desserts when we're stressed? No. That's because your cortisol levels shoot way up and your sweet tooth is activated, but yeah. Desserts make stress go away. So does copious amounts of chocolate, which is biochemically no different than copious amounts of cocaine, just so you know. Amanda says, LOL, Amy. Rich S. is here. He says, hey, y'all. What's up, Rich? Long time no see, buddy. How you doing? We're talking nonsense tonight on a Wednesday night. And Amanda says, hi, Rich. And Dakota says, hi, Rich. And John says, flapjack. Sprechen Sie Deutsch. Your turn. Amanda says, dig a hole. Huh? Oh, I'm digging a hole I can't get myself out of? I got you. Amy says, punctuation is important. It's the difference between knowing your shit and knowing your shit. Yep, there, and there. 2, 2, and 2. Were, and were. Fab Daddy says it's usually because I got the munchies, right? Amy says, my condolences, Rich. I missed one, I guess. Oh, here we go. Rich says, although I have been offline lately, I have kept close to God. My mother passed away last week, and so there's that. Well, Rich, God bless your mother, and know in your heart that she is in a much, much better place, and she's with the Father, and there is no place on earth valuable as that. So you can rest easy in knowing that she's comforting herself in the arms of God. And even the Bible tells us that we should mourn when people come into this world and rejoice when they go out of it, because they're going to a way better place. So I'm sorry for your loss. I recently lost my mother too. I know how that feels. But I assure you, you're tough. You can make it. You just hang in there, buddy, and come see us. We'll be here with you. And Amanda says, oh, Rich, so sorry. Prayers, man. Dakota says, hi, John. Fab Daddy says, I want to try making Oreo cake in a coffee cup. That would be good. Also, you could just take Oreos and put it in vanilla ice cream crumbled up, put that in a coffee cup and eat that, and it'd be better. Especially if you got soft serve, which is not ice cream, by the way. But it tastes great with Oreo cookies. Trust me. John says, bless you and your family, Rich. Amen. Fab Daddy says, with Oreos and milk, microwave for 30 seconds. I don't know if that'll make cake. Might make soggy Oreos. But it'd still be good to eat. Dakota says, I'm sorry, Rich. And Rich says, thanks, everyone. Yes, Rich, we're here for you. And if you need to reach out, you know my email address. It's in the chat below. Just check it out. If you need to talk, I'll be here for you. anytime, day or night, doesn't matter. I do know a little bit about what you're going through, so if you need to talk, I'll be your buddy. Amy says, how do you comfort the grammar police? There. I like that. That's good. One of my favorite jokes is, how do you keep an idiot in suspense? I'll tell you later. John says, hi, Dakota. And Amanda says, no, bake Oreo cheesecake. Bah. Cheesecake has strawberries and whipped cream. What's the matter with you? You don't put Oreos on a cheesecake. Oreos goes in vanilla ice cream. Oh, no. Well, why didn't you put a dash there? No bake is one word with a dash. It's a hyphenated word. No bake. No bake is two words, which means something different. Anyway, Dakota says, me too. And Fab Daddy says, it makes a cake. I'll have to take your word for that. I've never seen that done before. I saw it on the internet, so it must be true, right? Well, also I saw on the internet that if you put a little ball of aluminum foil in the microwave and turn it on 10, when it gets done, you'll have a steel ball that's shiny and smooth all the way around. Don't do that, though. And there's my email address, untetheredlivestream@gmail.com. Rich, if you need to talk, reach out, buddy. And Rich says, and I am late to the show today because I was giving Matt Dillahunty, a big mouth atheist, reasons why we believe in God. Although you will convince an atheist, you can try to help them understand. You will not convince an atheist. You'll try to understand why do you, or why you do. All right, Rich, I have an assignment for you. Go to my website, Untethered Live on YouTube. Go to the videos section and go to the search section and type in Matt Dillahunty's name. I have a video where I take on Matt Dillahunty and rip him to shreds. It's far back in the catalog, so you got to look for it, but it's in there. It's called Debunking an Atheist or something like that. Jake versus Matt Dillahunty, Debunking an Atheist or something like that. I can't remember. But go check it out. You'll love that if you like messing with Matt Dillahunty, because he is particularly stupid, and I fixed his little red wagon, so go check that out. There's also a few other ones in there, too. And I have a whole series called Everything Wrong with Genesis, where I debunk an entire Bible book from an atheist's point of view. Go check that out, too. Fab Daddy says, I like foil under a glass upside down. Pretty lights. Yeah, you can do that with a grape. Just put a grape under a piece of glass and have it held up with some paraffin wax or something, and it'll turn into a sun. You get real plasma out of that. It's pretty cool. Amy Elizabeth says, fun fact, you can use melted vanilla ice cream as a base for French toast. It's got vanilla, milk, and sugar in it, but no eggs. You got to put egg in it, or else it ain't French toast. But that is interesting. You could do that. Fab Daddy says, thanks, Amy. Rich Ass says, I am excited. What a mouth on him. You can clearly see that although God is not removed from him, he is far removed from God. Yes, and I tear him a new one, so go check out that video. As a matter of fact, if somebody loves you, they might look it up for you and give you the link. Fat Daddy says, eggs are expensive. Yes, thank you, Joe Biden. They won't be for long. And John says, French toast is eggy bread. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Okay. The video is 4:14 in the video section on my page, Jake versus Matt. Go check it out. Thank you, Amanda. 4:14. It's a great video. You should check it out. And there's other ones, too. Once you see that one, you'll see the other ones. Rich says, thanks, Amanda. She says, you're welcome. All right. Well, I've made $2 today. I feel enlightened and happy. check this out. Would you do me a favor and hit that subscribe button and press the bell icon so you get notifications when I'm going to be online. Smash that like button. It's free. It's effortless. It's right in front of you, and it really does help the channel with the algorithms, and it helps us get recommended to other people, and we want that. So won't you do that, please? Share this video with somebody you love. Better yet, share it with somebody you don't love. Bring them into the family. Make them part of the poll. Be part of their solutions, not part of their problems. Leave a comment down below. Let me know what you're thinking about. Question me, curse me, bless me, challenge me, confront me, conform with me, drink my Kool-Aid. Make your own Kool-Aid as long as you're thinking critical. That's what I want. Critical thought coming from that brain of yours. And hey, if you love what you hear tonight and you want to see more of it and you'd like to be part of something special and you want to help out, well, consider joining the channel. That's a good way. Get yourself a J-tag. Stand out from the crowd. Look good in green. Or super chats are available. That's a good way to show a little bit of love. But if you really want to help out, you want to help us grow substantially, you can do that by going to paypal.me/jakejohnsonband. Or if you're a Cash App user, $JakeJohnsonBand. Every little bit does help. It is a win-win. It is a blessing to me. But it's a blessing to you too. Why? Because God, He notices these things. Now, I will always do everything in my power to be worthy of that support. I will answer every single question you ask and read every comment you make, as I always do right now. Okay, thank you very much for that. Go see the Facebook page, facebook.com/UntetheredLive family, and, do all the other things. But don't forget to hit that like button for sure. And thank you guys. And Amanda says, here is the link to that video if you want to watch it, anybody. Rich says, I love you guys. We love you too, Rich. God bless you. I hope that brings you some happiness. Amanda says, you're welcome, Rich. There's a link also. Linda Davis says, I'm beat tonight. Walter, if you're still there, good night and good night all. Linda, God bless you. Good night. Thank you very much for being here. And I hope you feel better. John says, catch you next time, everybody. Bless you all. Heart, 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 heart. John, God bless you. Hang in there, buddy. Amanda says, good night, Linda, heart. Fab Daddy says, I love this script. It's comforting. Thank you, sir. I worked hard on it. I wrote that. You should try to recite that one time. It's hard. One of our guys, Cold Creek Croft, went out and found clips of people saying every word that I said and then put it all together in a montage. It was kind of nice. It took him a lot of work to do that, so I appreciated it. Amanda says, good night, John. And Fab Daddy says, or it's familiar. It is familiar because I've been saying it for 9 years. Chemtrail says, a Black Hawk helicopter just hit a plane in D.C. Oh, no. I wonder who was on the plane. Was it connected to Hillary Clinton? I wonder. Amy Elizabeth says, I invited my friend David to watch the Bible study. He recently went back to church and had a bad experience. Well, I hope he does come, and I will give him some extra attention if he does, and try to assuage the damage that was caused by your bad experience in church. And there, unfortunately, there's a lot of that. That's why they have so many atheists today, because people like that woman in D.C., that bishop, that's why they make atheists on the regular. Amanda says, good night all. See you Friday night at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time right here on Untethered Live for some chill streaming, baby. That's right. So far, no survivors, says Chemtrail, over the Potomac, which is the river that goes through D.C. And that sucks, man. I hope they find survivors. Amy says the plane crashed in the Potomac. Wow. Fab Daddy says 2 and 5. Are you on Friday or you got a gig? So far, I'll be here. I haven't got a gig. I might miss Monday, though. I might do Bible study on Tuesday because I got a place I want to go Monday. And it's like an open mic night thing, but it's a new place, and I'm trying to get our band booked there, so I really need to show up there a few times. So I may do that. I don't know yet. We'll have to see. I'll let you know Saturday whether I'm going to or not. Saturday or Sunday. Chemtrail says, oh, I read that. Chemtrail says, it's live right now. Go check it out when you're done. Have a great night, all. I will, and thank you. Thanks for the information. And Amanda says, good night, Fab Daddy. No, he don't. I don't have a gig Friday. I'll be here. I'll be here if you'll be here, and I'll play you guys some music and stuff. All right, it is 10:16, and I am tired, so I must go to bed now. I love you guys. Thank you so much. I had a wonderful time tonight. It was great fun, great conversation, and I love it when we go weird. That's always nice. Hello. I just turned my microphone off. Sorry about that. I love it when we go weird, and it's always nice to do that, so I appreciate you guys. Thank you for the super chats. Thank you for the love. Thank you for the appreciation. And thank you for the loyalty. And thank you for the conversations. It means everything. This channel would not be this channel without you. So I'm grateful for you. All right. Amy says, where's that captain that landed the plane in the river a few years back? Sully. Yeah, where's he at? Why didn't he land that plane? Amanda says, 90-90. 90-90. 90-90. All right. I love you guys. Thank you so much for being here, and thanks for watching. I can't leave yet. Monkey Juice walked in. Hey, Monkey Juice, what's up, buddy? He says the video shows the helicopter plowing right into the plane. Get a TV. I got a TV. I'm on YouTube right now, but I'll check it out as soon as I get done. How you doing, buddy? Amy says, good night. And Amanda says, hi, Monkey. All right. I said hi. Now I got to say bye because I was going to bed. Monkey Juice says, hi, Jake. Hey, buddy. Good to see you. Thanks for watching.